And we're live on YouTube. What's everybody? This is me, Joe. As usual, to my left is Colin, and today we're kind of going to be talking about just Seattle sports in general, mainly the Mariners, because that's what everybody and their mom wants to hear about. So, I guess introduce yourself and like how'd you become a Mariners fan and shit.
So I'm Colin, obviously.
And
Been a
I'm just kidding.
yeah, I'm an alcoholic. Well, yeah. No, yeah. So I've been a Mariners fan since I was little. They were the first team I saw on TV. Been a baseball guy forever, and yeah, just ever since the first major league game I went to was the Mariners. So yeah.
Yeah, fuck yeah, dude. Yeah, we've obviously been with each other to a few games this year. It's been fun. Usually they win when we show up, so that's tight. I'm not going at all this weekend, or this week, I guess. It's starting tomorrow. But yeah, no, it's been. I guess before we get into the Mariners, let's just start. The Seahawks won this weekend. The Huskies won this weekend. The Seahawks look dominant. The Huskies look dominant. The Huskies are playing Michigan this week. Should be a very close game. And the Seahawks don't play till 7 p.m. on Monday night against the Texans. Should also be a good game. There, we got all the sports covered. Now let's get back to the Mariners.
Kraken.
Yeah,
Went
Kraken.
2-0. I don't know
2-0.
past that, but
yeah, I
really
don't.
good
I don't
weekend,
know.
too.
I think they're playing right now. I don't want to check the score though. That's just gonna fuck me up. So, I guess before we get really into like the matchup or anything or potential World Series matchups, how do you like this year? I guess because it's been a weird year. It seems like they made moves at the deadline, which is not normal. And I think without those moves, we would not be where we are today.
Yeah. I mean, especially too, beginning of the year, Victor Robles was our starting right fielder, gets hurt. He's out all year. Thank God can't zone. I mean, at first struggled, goes down, comes back, and is the new Dom can zone. You know what I mean? Like the guy's a stud. He's hitting 300, I think, right now, or finished the year hitting 300. And then
we like that.
Yeah, I mean, we actually went out and spent some money, but at the end of the day, we need to back the Brinks truck up for Mr. Josh Naylor, like everyone wants. I mean, that guy is unbelievable. And I don't know. Also, did you see he got hit the other day on the foot on that foul ball?
Well,
and then
he foul tipped it. Yeah,
I mean, he hit that home run still, but like even then, he had that sweet dude. His defense, like he's had those 2 double plays against Detroit. He had that play yesterday. Like that play yesterday too was no outs. That was a leadoff guy. That would have been a double, extra bases starting inning. That was huge.
Yeah. Then speaking of defense, just how about? I mean, really. I know we're kind of jumping ahead again, but just even like Randy's been hustling on defense, which the first half of the season, I mean, really the whole regular season, that was our number one bitch about him was the fact that he just like, jogged to balls, took bad pass. But that catch that he made when Spire was out there, that was a big play. That was a big catch play that he made.
Then, I mean, the guy, I'm waiting for playoff Randy to show up, but
you might not need him to.
But he's struggling a little bit at the dish. He gets on a walk the other day, steals second base, steals third base, like huge, helping the team regardless of not being able to swing it right now as much as you want.
Yeah, stats don't matter. The only thing that matters right now is runs, right? The Cal home run season is over. It doesn't matter how many home runs he hits anymore. All that matters is wins and losses. And, if you can just get in scoring position, that's kind of what we're hoping for. That's really how I feel about the whole season. And you know that. Like, I'm just like, dude, I don't care. Obviously, at one point, you got to be like, holy shit, this guy's about to hit 60 home runs. That's going to be cool. You got to care about that a little bit more than wins and losses. especially the last series of the season. But yeah, no. Any thoughts about Suarez coming in too? Because I think he hasn't really performed on the field, but it seems like when he came over, the mentality kind of flipped.
Well, I mean, they say he's a clubhouse guy. The guy, he always has the vibes. He's always an upbeat, high spirit guy every day, no matter what, if he's hitting or not. I think some of that too. Like if Victor starts hitting a little bit, because his energy's been, it seems a little down, because he's been struggling a little bit at the dish. He's a little mad on the. I mean, can't blame him. A couple of those calls yesterday for both sides were terrible.
That's what I'm saying. I saw a couple that were like, "Oh, the umps tried to rob us." I'm like, "No, they tried to rob both teams." I mean, that guy was blind out there. There was the very first at bat for the Mariners, which would have been the very first at bat of the game. You said so. I didn't see it. Yeah, he missed. The pitcher threw a ball. They called it a strike, and then Randy literally was walking to the dugout because he thought that it was strike 3. He ends up walking and scoring a run. But
yeah, how's it going? People, it was on Instagram. I saw the whole thing, and then you go on there, you look at the comments, and the same thing. People saw the same thing I did, and they were like, "If you go back and look at the second pitch, it was a ball, so that actually should have been strike 2." But it was just like the whole at bat's chalked. That's what John Smoltz was saying too. He's like, you go up there as a pitcher, you get a couple of those in there, and you're like, "Oh wow, he's going to call that today. I'm going to get a bunch of strikeouts," and then he's not calling these, and it's just like, oh.
Yeah, I mean, that was terrible. There was a lot of people online, I noticed. And then I don't know if you saw online something that you think could be funny. Sorry, the show's kind of all over the place because I didn't plan very well. But the Yankees fans are now saying, now that the Mariners are pitching this well in Toronto, they know for sure that they had the Yankee signs. And that's the reason Toronto beat them. Have you seen any of that?
I mean, I was seeing
what signs are there to steal though? They have the pitch comp.
That's what I'm saying, the pitch comp, and they're saying that there was the Blue Jays. What was it? I sent you the thing off the Instagram or whatever. It was like the Blue Jays have a camera in the hotel recording the signs. I was like, dude, come on. I mean, I guess if your pitching coach or head coach is calling signs, you just have a camera zoned on him, and then whatever, he's the one telling Cal or whoever to press, whatever button on the pitch comp.
Yeah, I thought that was dumb. I just laughed. I'm like, they cannot stand the fact that they lost. They were a little too worried about who they thought should be MVP than winning baseball games, I think.
Oh, they're still worried about that. I see a lot of chirping going on about the MVP debate.
Well, isn't that crazy how far the Yankees have fallen? Because like 25 years ago, you think they gave a shit who won MVP? No, they just wanted to win the World Series. Now that it seems like that's all they care about is getting judged MVPs. And I don't know if you saw the graphic on Fox when they did the game. It was they showed Cal's stats, basically not stats, but just highlights from this year on one side of the screen. And then they showed Aaron Judge's, and every single one of his highlights had to be like first player 4 years in a row hitting 50 home runs, first player to do this 4 times in a row. It's like, let's just look at this one season on who the most valuable player is. And obviously I think it's kind of a toss up, but I want Cal to win. I'd rather win the World Series. I think we've talked about this. Rather win the World Series.
I mean, Cal would rather win the World Series. He doesn't really I mean, I'm sure he cares, but I would much rather win the World Series as a player.
Yeah, and like, I don't know. MVP will be cool. If he does both, that'd be sick. But yeah, anything you can think of basically that you want to talk about over I guess the whole playoff series. Polanco has been really good.
Dude, like 7 of his 8 hits or whatever have scored a run in the playoffs.
Yeah, and they're in the clutch too. They call him George Bonds. I don't know if you saw that. That was his nickname all
Yeah.
year. I didn't. I just heard that today. Um, yeah, he's been coming in clutch. Cal's been hitting good. I mean, at least getting on base. Well, no, what's his batting average? Like 400 for the postseason.
He was like hovering right around 400, and then I don't know. He's like upper 300. So I mean, he has a hit in every single game of the playoffs. So
Yeah,
what
and
do
then
you
it's
want from the
also
guy?
yeah, and then it's also nice to see Julio. You know, he cooled off quite a bit in Detroit, and then the first game in Toronto, I don't think he had a hit either. But then
He was on base 5 of 6 at bats, and throughout his
the first
first, he was on
Toronto game.
base. Well, no, the he hit that home run and then got out his second time or whatever, and I think he was on like 5 of 6 at bats of the series.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was yeah, so he's coming together. It's nice to see the stars. It just seems like the team's overall in a much better place. I was nervous, especially after the Detroit series, how it kind of looked. We couldn't score anything on offense, and then you know, pitching was a little shaky from the bullpen the whole series. So, but
I
yeah,
thought
what
it
are
was,
you? Oh, go ahead.
you know, you know, throughout the season how we'd go on the like, especially after the trade deadline, we got Gino and Naylor. You know
Hmm.
how we'd go on these tears of offense where we're just like putting up 12, 14 runs and back-to-back nights, and then we go on like a week of we can't hit the baseball.
Yeah,
That is exactly what I thought was going to happen to us going home. I was just like, dude, we didn't get it. I think we had one hit the rest of that game. The bullpen fell apart in Detroit,
uh huh.
and then um, I was like, dude, please come home and be able to swing it, and we did.
Yeah, yeah. This is one of that's another thing that people don't really pay attention to about this team is they're one of the streakiest teams in baseball. They started the season what I don't know if it was the very start, but they won like 9 series in a row at one point. Do you remember that? I mean,
Mm-hmm.
they'd lose the first game of 3 game series, and then they'd win the
I think
second two.
they, I think they like tied the record for the 0-1 team or something.
Yeah, for series one in a row. Yeah,
Yeah,
they did. If not tied, it was broke because they were talking about it a lot. And then the team
yeah,
fell off a cliff. And
yeah.
then the All-Star break happened. And then I don't know, they just picked it back up. I'm just so proud of this team. Normally this team would have fell apart. We wouldn't have even sniffed the playoffs. So this year is way different than
But I
any
think
other
a
year
lot
that
of
we've had.
I think this has or we can thank like some of these shortcomings the past couple of years where these players have been there now. They know
Hmm.
they're like, okay, we played 162. Now this is a whole new thing. Approach it a different way. Blah blah blah. I mean, approach it basically the same way. That's what they all say. Approach it like it's the same thing. You're going back to the office doing the same thing.
Hmm.
Don't overthink it or whatever. I think they're tired of losing. They're tired of not being able to do their thing, and you know we're all here for it. We love it.
Yeah. What are you
Go
so I guess
Mariners.
hell yeah, dude. What are you thinking about Brian Wu? I saw some people that are like, maybe if we win tomorrow. I know Castillo's supposed to is it Kirby or Castillo tomorrow?
Tomorrow's Kirby and then Castillo. And
So
then
what I
they
oh,
said
go ahead.
Brian Wu would probably go game 5.
Okay. So one of the things that they were kind of talking about on the radio today is either game 4 or game 5, just have Brian Wu pitch 2 innings, right? Just to kind of get his feet under him before the World Series, knock on wood, right? I'm really not gonna. I have such a hard time saying when we go to the World Series because it's an if. But yeah, I'd feel pretty good about like even Game 5 starting him just 2 innings and then having Miller come in and just kind of pitch 4 innings if he can. After that, I don't know what your thoughts are about Wu. What do you want to see from him?
I mean, he did throw to a simulated game the other day in
Yeah.
in Toronto yesterday. I think he did. So I don't know. I mean, that nobody said anything about what. I mean, obviously he needs to get his feet under him again, but I don't know. I think you throw him out there on a game 5 and let him go unless he shows you otherwise. I mean, the guy's your best.
Yeah.
He's the rock of the staff this year.
I just get so nervous, dude. I get so nervous when they come off an injury. But then again, it seems like a lot of the time when they come back from an injury, they just dominate. But then other times it's like, oh shit, this guy hasn't been out here for a few weeks and he looks like it, so it's kind of hard.
Well, I mean, we saw what happened to Bryce this year with his elbow. He come back and he looked good, and then he looked bad, and then I mean, it was a toss-up every time.
Yeah, how about that game from him on what's tonight? Tuesday? Sunday. That was not expecting. I was fully expecting us to lose that game. I think I told you that before.
I was very nervous going into that game. So I actually listened today to an MLB did an interview with AJ Hinch, and he was talking about the Mariners team stuff and how like hard they are to match up with, and then also like what are you got to switch or pinch hit for a guy, but then you try to do matchups, he said, with Munoz or Brash, or is he going to be able to throw Brash today for 2 or Munoz today for 2? Like he's like, it's hard to be able to match up. And then he was saying like that team going into this with how streaky their offense is, he was like, dude, if they catch fire, he goes,
good luck.
Anybody, the Blue Jays, anybody's going to have a hard time with them. Like, I don't know. I think the teams. I don't know. I'm pretty excited.
That's what's kind of hard. It's like I don't want to get too excited, right? I think we've kind of talked about this before, where it's like we've seen this team collapse so bad, but like knocking on wood again, it just feels different to be up 2-0 and have
I mean, it's a real thing. You have George Kirby on the mound tomorrow. This playoffs, he's been pretty dang good. He can come out here tomorrow.
Home field advantage. You have
the crowd
home field advantage.
Is going to be crazy. I hope there's not a bunch of Blue Jays fans. So
I don't think there's gonna be. I was kind of talking to somebody at work yesterday about it. And he goes, "Oh, they're gonna come down there." I go, "I don't think they will this time. I think there's a lot of Mariners fans willing to spend that money than there is Blue Jays fans to spend that money." Because I've definitely
go
ahead.
I think there is too, but everywhere I see it's Blue Jays fans were coming, posted online on all the posts and whatever.
I'm sure they're not, though. To be completely honest, I don't think they are. I really don't. I could see if we make it to the World Series, I could see the Dodgers fans coming because they hide out in like Kent.
Oh yeah,
that's where they are. Yeah.
I mean, the Padres, the Giants, all those series. I went to a Padres. I went to a Padres and the Giants game there this year.
Dude, Vetter Cup?
And I didn't go to a Dodgers game because they were outrageously priced. And half the stadium at both of those games, though, Padres and Giants, was just crazy. It's crazy.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like going to Red Sox or Yankees game. Same thing. It's like they come out of the woodworks. They just, you don't really see them walking around the street, but then as soon as they come into town, these people aren't from New York. They're from like 20 minutes away from the stadium. It's not like the Blue Jays. Oh, go ahead.
Can we also address something for all the listeners out there? If you spend the money and you buy these tickets right behind home plate, and you're on your phone all game. Oh, somebody hit the ball.
Yeah, I can't stand that. But that's what they're gonna do. You know it. So many people. I think we were talking about this this week. It's like us that actually. I mean, it's not like we went to a crazy amount of games. None of us went to like 80, right? But I went to probably 10. You probably went to like 15 this year, and it's like we actually go and watch the game, but then the playoffs come around and it's like, I already buy Seahawks tickets. I don't want to spend this much money on baseball tickets. And it's just, they should like have a way to keep track of like who actually went to like, 10 plus games and like or even if it's 20, even if I'm not bitching about myself, just bitching about the everyday guy that goes to games. They should be able to be like, hey, we've seen you come a lot here. You can buy this for
I think though,
X amount of dollars.
I think they would say that would be that. I mean, I don't really know how it works, but that's the value stretch plan or whatever, because I think you get priority without fees or whatever on the tickets. But
yeah,
I could be wrong.
So my friend Kyle that went to the game with us a couple times this year, you remember him? His one of his good friends, he bought the flex plan. Was like, oh, dude, I can get it no fees or whatever. And Kyle's like, yeah, sure, I'll go to like one of the ALCS games. And he's like, okay, it's $6.50 a ticket in Terrace Club. And he's like, no, I'm not paying that. That's still a ridiculous amount of money. I think Kyle said with all the tickets that he bought, because he like pre-ordered like World Series and stuff, I think he spent like close to $8,000 on just postseason Mariners tickets. I mean, that's ridiculous.
That's crazy. I mean, I went to ALDS game 2. And
yeah, we won.
It wasn't
Sunday.
Yeah, and it wasn't that crazy. I mean, it's a little more expensive. It was like $180 or whatever, but it wasn't that crazy. I looked up tickets for tomorrow. They're about 300 something.
You can get in the door for $213 right now, which isn't bad.
Which isn't that bad.
No, and that's like an actual seat. Actually, standing room only is more expensive, which is insane that they're having standing room only at the Mariners game.
But my thing is, you go, and I was like, let's see. You can go on there and click if the Mariners go, and they'll refund you if they don't, whatever. So I go click and look. These tickets are insane. They're like $1,800, $2,400, $3,700. Like, dude.
Yeah, so if you want to go to the first game of the Mariners World Series for standing room only, and this is on SeatGeek. I have better prices with SeatGeek usually than Ticketmaster, but it's $1,462 a person to go standing room only. That's how much. That's literally for both of those tickets are how much I pay for the Seahawks tickets all year.
Yeah, that's insane.
And then,
my
Huskies. Oh, go ahead.
They're charging $261 for general admission for tomorrow's game, which that's kind of criminal. Yeah,
that's something. And then Thursday, because they have a chance to clinch, is even crazier. It's $375 a piece for the cheapest seats you can get. $379 for standing room only. So, yeah, that's getting a little ridiculous. I did want to say, before we forget, I brought this comment up because don't forget about Humpy, the salmon run saving the Mariners season. Zach, we do a podcast on Wednesdays, a Seahawks podcast, and he I can tell he doesn't really pay attention to the salmon run much, but I go wild for the Humpy every salmon run, and Colin can vouch for this. And I get pissed because he never wins. And I finally won, dude. I don't know if that's like a rallying cry. If we need Humpy to win, like if we're down in the World Series, right? Like you know how the Steelers, they'll play like Renegade. You probably don't, but the Steelers play this song. If they need a big driver or some shit, that's what they need to do. Only special occasions does the Humpy get the win.
Yeah, I mean, even Victor Robles had to go out there and beat him.
No comments.
Yeah,
dude, I couldn't believe though. I was hearing about that, and they're like, dude, when Humpy won, the crowd went nuts. Like they're like, getting tired of the game because it was boring, right?
They brought him out.
Like we tried not to score.
They brought him out like the 12th inning, 13th inning.
Yeah, dude. Yeah. So I heard that really brought some energy back into the crowd, was giving the Humpy a win. So, we got all over the place again, but we got Scherzer pitching against us tomorrow. Now,
Is it
I only know
Scherzer?
because Fantasy Baseball, they just posted, it's Scherzer tomorrow.
Oh, I thought it was going to be Bieber. Scherzer
That's
versus
what they thought. Yeah, but I don't know. October's always different. You always tell me that, but Fantasy Baseball, he sucked this year. I picked him up a couple times. He blew it. So I'm just wondering what you're thinking about Scherzer, even though it is October.
It's October. It's Max
exactly.
It's Max Scherzer.
Yeah,
he's another Justin Verlander guy that when he needs to turn it on, the guy can turn it on. The guy's, I mean, look at his career. 3-time Cy Young Award winner, like dominant. How many no hitters has he thrown? I think 2, 3.
Yeah, he's crazy. He's actually insane. That's my favorite part about that guy. Just watching highlights of him telling the coach to like get the fuck off the field or go back to the dugout and shit. You're like, all right, dude. I wanted him so bad.
But the thing is, these guys are hot. They really haven't cared who is on the mound. If they get to that guy early, too, Toronto's bullpen has been not good.
I think we saw that.
Well, I mean, and you're going to have to deal with T-Mobile's crowd. T-Mobile's going to be electric this weekend. I don't know. Is there supposed to be rain? Because if the roof's closed, like what was that for the
Sunday or Friday? Sorry, I keep messing up. Game 5.
Yeah, Game 5. That was crazy in there. It says too. Well, no, it's not supposed to rain. Friday it will rain if there is a Game 5.
Yeah, that's what I see. I don't know. I'm hoping just step on these guys' throats. You've talked about it. Have a killer mentality. Don't let them up for air. Right. That's the last thing we want to do is have a game like the one in Detroit when we're up 3-1 and just give the game away. That's the last thing we want right now. We just need to keep winning, and how we do that is pitching how we've been pitching and hitting the ball like we did yesterday. So that was nuts.
I mean, our bullpen is on like a 16 and a third scoreless inning streak in the playoffs right now.
I saw that. They pulled that graphic up. And you know what? You got Bizzardo in there yesterday, right? Who'd they put in there? Oh, Hancock kind of finished the game off, and he was a little sketch, but it beats. I'm sorry if anybody's a huge Caleb Ferguson fan.
Oh yeah, I mean I've already said that the only reason he's on the team is because he throws with his left hand.
Yeah, exactly, which is nuts. But yeah, I was watching the game with some friends at my house yesterday after work, and I go, "When do you give okay to Ferguson to come in?" And my friend goes, "If we're up 13, what was the final score? 10-3." He goes, if we're up 13-3, you bring Ferguson in. I'm like, I don't know. I'd still be a little nervous with that. So,
can you imagine you're up 13-3? They put in Cal to pitch.
Raleigh, yeah, dude. Dude, he scared me yesterday. I thought he got a little hurt when he threw a guy out.
That was a heck of a play.
I know, and then he bent down, and I was like, I had the game on quiet because I had a couple people over, and they kept showing Garver in the dugout. I'm like, do not do this. Do not do this to me right now. But yeah, speaking of Garver, stand-up triple, or it could have been a stand-up triple. I did not have that like written down on any bingo card ever, but I thought I was going to see Garver.
I thought it was going to be gone. I was like, here's Mitch Garver. Wow.
Yeah, the triple's more impressive, though, dude. Yeah, the wheels.
For sure.
You see him?
For sure. And then we scored. I ended up scoring the run there anyway. So,
yeah, brought in Rivas to run for him, which Rivas has been kind of a star of the playoffs too, quietly. It seems like every time he's in kind of a decent situation, he comes up. And who's another one? I forgot that Masterboni was on the team. I thought we cut him a while ago or DFA'd him.
Well, they brought him up for the CS.
Yeah, well, good, because it was nice having him. He closed the game out at first, right?
Yeah. Yep. For
Yeah.
Naylor.
So, but yeah, I guess we're kind of coming up on a half an hour. So I guess just tell me anything else you want to talk about, and anything you're looking forward to, anything you think that we need to keep an eye on.
I mean, I'm just ready for these games to kick off. I want to see. I don't know. I think George is going to come out and be just like George was. I think the only thing that like I said, I really want to see, I want playoff Randy to start. If playoff Randy starts and if Gino starts hitting a little bit more here and there, look out anyone. I don't care.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, I look for, kind of the role players. Like, it's crazy to think that Randy and Gino are kind of role players on this team, because you have the big stars. Your two stars are Cal and Julio. But yeah, I mean, it's kind of those. Really, it's the like 6, 7, and 8 guys that are kind of gonna win the thing. Usually, it's not always the big names. So.
Well, I mean, that's what they were. That AJ Hinch interview today too. He was talking about the lineup, and he's like, "Yeah, so he's like, you got to go through that lineup. You got to face Randy Rosarena, who can cause some problems. You got to face Cal. You got to face Julio. Then you go Naylor, Gino, and then you get down to the 6 hole and think you have a break, and then there's Jorge Polanco.
Yeah, exactly. And then Robles has Robles been doing bad? I mean, I guess I can't really. Yeah, I can't really see him doing anything in my head, but yeah, I'm just expecting him to throw a bat soon if they pitch one too far inside.
His defense, though, like, he's so good on defense.
Yeah, I mean, he made that when he got hurt early in the season against San Francisco. He made that catch, even though he broke his wrist. So
his shoulder, I think, there. And then the other day he had that error yesterday in right field. But I mean, I think he honestly was misplaced because he still had his checklist card in his mouth. Did you see that?
Yeah, I saw that.
I was like, oh no.
Yeah, it's like he was not ready. He was not ready at all.
Yeah.
So, and then Canzone stepping up, and then I feel really like, obviously it's your 9th hitter, but having JP at 9 is really a blessing, because having him right there before the top of the lineup is really impactful, because he knows the strike zone like nobody else. He got pissed off yesterday at that umpire. I don't know. There was a couple of guys that did. But I was ready for him to get ejected, dude. When he looked at the guy, and then a lot of them did. Even Cal looked at him and then goes, "Time." I was expecting somebody to get tossed yesterday. So,
but that's the thing. These guys, I think, they don't want to get tossed for these other guys. Everybody's playing for each other right now, which is it's awesome.
Yeah. But anything else?
No, I think we covered it. I think we need to get another win tomorrow.
Yeah, 2 more. Let's not go back to Toronto, dude. Let's just win 2 at home. Don't care which order, just win 2 out of the 3, and get ready for. You think it's going to be LA?
But I mean, what a scenario! Way to set yourself up to come home 2-0 with 3 games to play at home.
I would have been happy with a split coming back home. To be completely honest,
and to shut their offense down that scored like 28 runs in 2 games against the Yankees. This weekend was crazy.
And I'm happy too that Dan Wilson, he's a rookie manager basically, right? I mean, he managed what a third of the season last year, maybe, if that. He knew when to pull Logan.
I think he did like 80. Yeah, his first game was August 23rd, actually. So yeah, like 60 game, 70 game.
Yeah, he knew when to pull Gilbert on yesterday, and that's one thing I was nervous about too, because you could tell right off the bat when he gave up 2 runs on the first inning, you're like, oh, okay, this isn't going to be what we thought, right? And he kind of powered through it there a little bit. I don't know what inning he got pulled. I think wasn't it the 4th, 5th?
Yeah, I believe the
It,
5th.
he didn't leave him in too long though, and that's one thing I was really nervous about.
I mean, our bullpen though has been nasty. Bizzardo with his 2-seam running in on when he's running that away to a righty backdoor 2-seam that's just looks like a fastball away all day, cuts to the outside. It's disgusting. And he has the confidence right now too. He's throwing it inside on the lefties and it's just biting right back in. And I'm like, wow, that's hard to hit.
Yeah, if our starters, realistically, if it's a win or die game, right, you have a starter go 5, Bizzardo 6, Spire 7, Brash 8, Munoz 9, and I can't think of really anybody in the league that I'd be more confident in than that, to be completely honest. So I haven't followed the Dodgers much. Everybody says the Dodgers have a great staff too, but when you pay like $500 million a year for your team, that's going to happen.
Yeah, but injury or health is been a thing for them too. I mean, Blake right now has been unbelievable this postseason. So that's their number one horse.
Dude, the Mariners just scored. Is that what happened there? The train?
I didn't even hear it. I got my earbuds in.
All right. Well, yeah, man. Thanks for coming on the show. Hopefully we do it again sometime. And thanks for everybody that watched, everybody that's watching, and everybody that's going to watch in the future. We will see you next time.
Yep. Go Mariners.